This year I decided to skip Christmas and take a trip to Morocco with my kids. We were supposed to fly through Paris and make a connection from one airport to the other, but we ended up in Zurich instead. This line didn't move for 2 hours. When American Airlines dumps you in Zurich on Christmas, this is what you get. Finally, some sleep. When you don't speak the language, international signs become very important. This person really has to go. A day later, we made it to Marrakech. The first thing we saw was the Medina. It's a crazy place, full of merchants and people and music. Nothing is ever quite as it appears in Morocco. For breakfast I thought I'd have some of these nice looking fruit juices. You know, tomato, carrot, cucumber, and beet. Helen hit the pool while Hootie and I found a cafe across the street. The driving in Marrakech was so crazy I was joking about how funny it would be if I got a speeding ticket. Well, that's what I got. Actually, they didn't give me a ticket, they were really nice. Essaouira is about a 2-hour drive west of Marrakech. I'd seen this picture on the internet and even downloaded it before. I never dreamed that we would be here. A total stranger came up and demanded $18 for taking our picture. Amazed at his persistence, and it was very unsettling. So, well, I gave him 6. Our room in Essaouira was twice as nice, twice as big, and half as much money. Being from the Midwest, we never pass up an opportunity to visit the ocean. And being from the Midwest, we never miss an opportunity to soak our shoes and get the bottom of our pant legs soaked by Renegade Wave. Another day, another Medina.
We're trying to...
One thing we really wanted to try was riding a camel on the beach. Essaouira was the perfect place to do it. But when I posted this picture on Facebook, I don't know, the wind was blowing my jacket and it made me look like an elephant on top of this camel. I really liked the car I got. It was a 5-speed diesel Kangoo.
Full color.
One thing that was amazing about our trip was that we got to meet a friend of mine from Skype who lives in Morocco. In fact, when she told me her grandparents lived at Ouarzazate, I said, that sounds like Ouarzazate. And it does sound like Ouarzazate. This is the trip back to Marrakech from Essaouira, and then we went on to Ouarzazate. The GPS unit took us directly into the Medina, the exact wrong way to go. We finally got on the road. Anyway, it was a long drive, and we were very thankful to Sarah and her grandparents. The mountain drive is pretty. This is our friend Sarah. A friend of her grandmother's, Tuda, gave us a tour of the Casbah.
شكرا.
شكرا.
Driving on this road was like playing a game of chicken. I soon learned that the Toyota Land Cruisers were the most difficult opponent. So, for our 2-hour drive into the desert, it felt kind of good to hire this guy. Doesn't Sarah have a pretty smile? The next morning, we climbed around on the dunes in the Sahara Desert. The next day we started driving north towards Fez, Meknès, Moulay Idris, and Volubilis. Judging from the other driving that I had done, I thought it would take 2 days, so I only thought I would get as far as Arashidia.
So, we're going to Arashidia. I just hope it's not a shitty area.
But we instead drove all the way to Azrou. A hotel in Azrou and drove to Fez the next morning. One mistake I commonly make is driving into a city with over 1 million people thinking I might find something. Even with our GPS device, we had to pay a cab driver to lead us to Babftu, where I was meeting a Skype friend of mine named Radwan.
Oh my god.
Okay, hurry.
Picking up a fare and... Are we there? No. Yeah, see, we want to go towards the ancient Medina.
0.5 miles.
Hurry.
There's a Burger King. Is this Babftu? No.
Don't get confused with that taxi.
We finally met up with Radwan and went deep into his neighborhood to have lunch with his family. Later that day, the scenery was so cool it reminded me of a Grant Wood painting.
address or
What's your
something
name?
like
Yeah,
that?
we have.
Yeah, so it's...
Helen.
But you
And
couldn't
you?
give me your
Adam.
address. It was in
I
Arabic.
give you
Adam.
a sample.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam. What do you do?
School.